6:38 is the time. Two other matters. The prison service will stop many transgender inmates, including sex offenders, serving their sentences in women's prisons. Justice Minister Ed Argar said the government was revising guidelines that said the great majority of trans prisoners should be allowed to experience the system in the gender in which they identify. Options under consideration, the Sunday Times reported yesterday, include clustering trans prisoners in special wings or section of wings, and a number of high-risk trans inmates have been moved back to men's jails. Tara Hewitt is co-founder of Trans Equality Legal Initiative. Your reaction to this report yesterday. Good morning.
Hi Nick. We would always welcome any review that's going to strengthen safeguarding in our prison system, particularly at a time where we've seen increases in sexual assaults, violence across the board, whether it's in this case in relation to trans prisoners, but also non-trans cisgender prisoners completely. So I think actually it's positive news that the prison's going to be reviewing and strengthening its safeguarding procedures.
Should they have their own? Should trans people have their own unit, their own jails?
I think that there'll be occasions where there'll be people that actually other prisoners pose a risk to those trans prisoners because of their risk profile, because of their vulnerabilities, and so actually we should make sure that prisons are able to adapt and meet those trans prisoners' needs, but it should be on an individual basis rather than grouping trans prisoners together and saying all trans prisoners are the same. What do you mean an individual basis? So for me, the issue in prisons is that we try to classify people in groups.
Well, of course we do. We've got 80-odd thousand people. What do you want to do? You want everyone to have their own little jail? It doesn't work like that.
Nick, we have 25 trans women in the women's estate, according to the Ministry of Justice. We're not talking about 80,000 prisoners.
No, but 80,000 prisoners in total is what we've got, broadly speaking.
Exactly.
So you've got to have a fairly rigorous system. You know, this isn't like hotel rooms.
Not absolutely. And anybody that works in risk and safeguarding will tell you that you need to have an individualised approach to risk management, which is making sure that each prisoner's risk profile is carefully assessed and they're placed in the appropriate prison environment, which is actually what all prisoners are looked at under the current system. But there isn't resources in there, and the cuts to prison officers has led to the increases that we've seen. The government's own prison advisor, Professor Appleby, says that actually the disastrous cuts and harsh policies, the government's trying to roll back from that at the moment, and it's still having no effect. So it isn't
surely more disastrous was that putting Karen White, the sex offender who still has male genitalia, into a woman's jail in Wakefield, where she sexually assaulted two female prisoners. That's surely more disastrous, isn't it, Tara Hewitt?
I think, Nick, we can agree that any decision that leads to...
But it's this absurd, bedwetting, pandering tolerance to organisations and groups and people such as we saw with this particular case that allowed those two people to be assaulted, isn't it?
I think if we look at the comments from the Prisoner Governors Association, the rise has been due to a lot of experienced officers rather than the individual case of a trans prisoner. I think those cases are tragic.
It's a con, isn't it, Tara Hewitt, lastly, in many instances, this trans or non-binary? It's a total con, isn't it?
As I've said, Nick,
as regards declaring yourself as a prisoner, we've gone from 139 last year to probably over 1,000. So some prisoners, not all, some prisoners, it's a con, isn't it, Monsieur?
Nick, that figure you quoted is incorrect.
How do you know?
Because the prison said that it's 139, not over 1,000.
No, it's 139 now, but it is said that it could rise to over 1,000 because increasing numbers of... Why have so many prisoners suddenly become transgender, do you suppose?
The figure that over 1,000 is just made up. There's no evidence to show that it is going to lead to over 1,000. The figure is 139.
That's the last one. Yes, we both agree on that. But why do you suppose more prisoners are suddenly becoming transgender? Do you think it's in the porridge?
I think everybody can show in society that more trans people are coming out. Trans visibility has been everywhere, whether it's in prison or not. So I think that's just a fair reflection of society.
Right. And you don't think, lastly, it might be a man who's misrepresenting himself as trans just because he thinks he's getting an easier time in a female jail?
As I said, we need to make sure that we have risk assessments and safeguarding for each individual prisoner so that we're making sure that we're making the right decisions, which is what the prison's current policies are. We need to make sure they're implemented and delivered fairly and appropriately.
Great talking to you as ever. Thank you very much, Tara Hewitt. You're co-founder of the Trans Equality Legal Initiative. You might have views